Hi everyone, once again welcome back to my channel. My name is Henry and the host of Just Candlesticks. We use Just Candlesticks to enlighten traders on how to focus on candlesticks, and we are not talking about candlestick patterns. We are very precise, specific. We use candlesticks predicting candle after candle. So the purpose of this video is to give us an update of the weekly analysis we've done, today being a Saturday that I'm recording this video, being a Saturday, the 7th of March, 2026. Recording this video to give you an update of the analysis that was made for the week. Now, we are focusing on trading weekly candles. And I dropped some of those analyses in previous videos. You can go back and check them. Some of them are on their VIP class and all of that. And some of them are also here. You can just go back to the previous videos to watch them. So I'm going to give you an update of those analyses. Then we also going to release the next video to give you analysis for the next week on certain pairs. Probably we are going to do for Forex pairs, we'll do for synthetic indices pairs under Deriv. We're also going to do for metas, and we are going to do for Bitcoins or what we crypto. So let's see what we did. So we have 3 updates to give us. The first one is I did for volatility index 31x. Okay, so this is it, and I've been giving the update also as we move forward. So what we did was that, you remember, my analysis is always begins with monthly analysis. So I do my monthly analysis, and you see this is the monthly candlesticks. The monthly candle tells me what is happening. Unfortunately enough, the monthly candle also happens to be when the weekly candle closed. So we can see here that our previous month was this. We already marked this level. In the previous video, I've explained all of that. We've marked this level. So this candle closed as a monthly candle. So what is going to be the next candle? Based on our analysis, already mentioned the fact that we knew the direction is going down and the market was ranging. And so we saw these levels were marked. And we also saw a kind of an inner level here. So on a monthly, we already saw a downtrend on volatility 31x. And so that was what we did. So we went straight to our weekly, which we're actually focusing on. Then the weekly gives us very clearly that, okay, what we did on a monthly is valid. So you see what we did on a monthly is valid. So you can see from the weekly, our levels marked here. So I told you the market was ranging. This is a downtrend. So this is a level here. This is key level. Okay, so in between here, we have another level in between. We saw it. So this was the week we analyzed this candle to trade to the downside. Now, what are the reasons why we're looking for a sell? Number one reason is because we already have our key levels. We already know that a candlestick pattern, okay, even though that is not what we're looking at, but we're also looking at that pattern on a weekly, that what the market is telling us is a ranging market, touching one area, moving to the other area. But that is just a clue that for us to use to now analyze our candle to candle analysis. Okay. So now in candle to candle analysis, we saw this last week candle. This one is a candle that we saw forming for last week. And so based on that and based on other factors we trade with candlesticks, we knew that the next candle, which is this candle running this week, is going to be a sell. Haven't realized this and this, meaning that the market is ranging. It's going to touch here, it touched here, it went back to touch here. So the next place we're expecting the market to touch is probably this area. It doesn't mean the market is going to touch that, but it's a prediction, okay, based on analysis. So now, having done that, we now went straight. Now that we know our direction of weekly is down, monthly is down, so we go straight to our direction for daily, begin to look for how to get into the market. So when we got into daily candlesticks, this is what we saw. This is what we saw. We saw the market was pulling back. This was the weekly candle that formed. So the market was pulling back. And as the market was pulling back, look at the level that we marked. You see how clear it is on a daily candlestick. So sometimes when you don't do a proper top-down analysis, it's something that many are not focusing on to know the overall and begin to see the overall direction and go in that line. So if anyone is seeing this now, you might be seeing it on a lower time frame, like 4 hours on 1 hour, and be seeing structure that the market is buying. But for us to look at it from the monthly and the weekly based on candlesticks, it gave us that, edge. So this is a very obvious level, which I know many also traders we are going to see. But that is not even enough. We're also looking at the fact that the behavior of the market here, the higher highs or the swing highs and all of that, suggests to us that the market is going to collapse, having broken this area. It broke this area, it pulls back, so this is our trade. Okay, so having seen that, we're also looking at, since we focus on candlesticks, I looked at the way the market was moving towards this direction. Okay, moving towards that direction. I also mentioned in the previous videos analysis that if this candle, if it's a green candle, we have a green, then we have a red, then we have a green that touched that area. Now, if this candle that is red, okay, if it's a green candle, I will be very, very careful because chances are that the market could break this area. And that is what we call momentum in candlesticks. If we have green, and if this is green and this is green, then this is a momentum that shows the market might break this area, that level notwithstanding, because we focus on candlesticks. We understand what is going on with candlesticks, okay? But because we already have that red candle, we knew that this area is the potential or the probability of the market coming down from that area is very, very high because this is a sign of weakness. So we got all of that on a daily. So from the daily, I don't have any other problem looking for maybe going to 4 hours and 1 hour. I just go straight for my entry. Okay, and my entry is 5 minutes. Now I know what I'm looking for on the 5-minute entry. Now the 5 minute, I'm looking for what I call entry candles. The entry candles will form based on the fact that you're already at a level which is like an area of interest, okay? An area of interest, there's a way to look for an entry candle there, and at the same time, there are candlestick behavior we look for when we get to that area of interest. So as I'm scrolling back, I'm just trying to take you back to where we enter the market from, and I'd like to show you our entry. Now, this is it. Thank you. So this is it. Now, this is that area where we marked, we saw on a daily candlestick. Okay, this is that area. So the market gave us, okay, on a 5 minute, it's coming like this. It came, make us a swing low, it touched that area. We are not buying yet. Okay, we are not buying yet. So the market came a little bit, it went this way, it came a little bit. So we are seeing a level here. So this market is still showing us on a lower time frame uptrend. But what we want to do is to sell. And so we need the market to confirm to us that we are ready to sell. So what did the market do? Look at it here. We are now seeing the sign that the market is struggling here. it's not able to break here. It touched the first place, it touched it, the second place, it touched it. So the third place, knowing that our direction is to sell. So when it touched it, the third place, okay, we now knew that this market is already weak, because the way it was even forming, you could see that it's forming something like this area, okay? So we now got into looking for, when we saw the third touch, and we are seeing weakness of our candles here, this candle, this candle. So we already know which one is our signal candle or entry candle. And this is the red candle here. So from this red candle, we already know, based on our rules, our stop loss is just going to be above that candle, okay? But we shifted it a little bit above. Sometimes we can put it above the highest one, but this is what we did. So the candle actually pulled back from here. It didn't get to that area, so the market began to go down. And so we have traded this market for how many days? So let's go back to daily so that we can count the number of days we've been in this market and see. Then also, so we've been in this market for how many days now? This is day 1, this is day 2, this is day 3, this is day 4, day 5, the market pulled back a little bit, day 6, and we are on day 7. 7 days of market running. And the amazing part is now we're already on risk to reward 1 to 100. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, the thing is that you might not see this type of trade every week. You might not see it every week. But when you see it, you take advantage of it, and it gives you so much. This is risk to reward 1 to 100 for 7 days. So for that 7 days, one of the things we did was that, first and foremost, in our trade management, we look into 1 to 10. Our trade is shared into 2, okay? 1 to 10. The first trade, the moment it hit 1 to 10, which actually got hit day 1, we take the market, we take the profit out, and we adjust the next 50%. We adjust the next 50% for risk-free trade. So it's the remaining 50% that has made 1 to 100. So you can imagine what this candlestick will do. Now, the way the candle is going, it has reached this level. Now, we mark some levels where we are hoping the market might change direction. You see this yellow level where we thought that the market might change direction there, but the candlesticks prove otherwise. So we didn't take out. This level also is another level we marked, and the market also didn't tell us that it was going to reverse. So the market right now is 1 to 100. That is on this pair. So let's go to another pair that we analyzed for the week. We analyze step index, the same thing. Step index, you can see step index is a similar thing. This has been going for 2 weeks now. Now you see, if you go on a monthly, is the same thing, the same way of candlestick analysis. Now, in this one, on a monthly, I saw the fact that the market is a downtrend. You could see momentum here. These red candles, they are momentum. Now, for 2 months, the market pulls back, these 2 green candles, okay? So, but I already knew that the market is a downtrend. I already knew there's a level here, okay? There's a level here, and there is a level here, marking what is called obvious levels or key levels on a monthly. So I knew the market is going to sell, so straight to 1 week. So on a 1 week, it makes it a little bit very, very interesting for us. On a 1 week, I saw that the market was pulling back this way. Remember what I said in the previous analysis of VIX 30 1S on a daily. When the market is pulling back, I'm looking for the momentum in the market, whether the market will break the level I was expecting to pull back, and how do I know it's going to break it or it's not going to break it, the momentum. Now, I also give you an idea of how I look at the momentum. Now, look at it here. I'm seeing green here, green here, green here, green here, then a red candle before the last candle here. You see that? So that red candle gives me an idea that the momentum is already low. there is sellers in the market. Then I now look into trading the market at this area. So when you move into daily candlesticks, it gives you a picture that corresponds or that is in sync with the monthly and the weekly. So in getting into daily candlesticks, you see what happened. Now, you see, in getting into daily candlesticks, this is what happened. The market was moving from here. I was targeting this area. So you could see strong candle, then you see weakness here. Okay? Then you see weakness here. It touched here also, but that wasn't that week we're trading. The week we're trading was the one that touched it like this. So we have 1, 2 candles, but already saw weakness here. So this is the one that touched it. Okay, that's the one that touched it on a daily candlestick. So we now look for an entry here. The same principle of entry, even though we have entry strategies. Okay, but the same principle. So we got into the market here. 2 weeks we've been on this market now, and the market has been running for how many days? Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, and we already marked this level. Now, on day 8 here, we already closed this market. Why did we close this market? Is because we have a lot of activities here. We also have the activities trend to here. So this one gave to us. The first one was risk to reward 1 to 10. Then we got into risk-free, and the next risk-free gave us 1 to 70. 1 to 70 for how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. Okay, 9 days, 1 to 70 without stress. So the market just run and you enjoy. So the same principle, and the next video that will be released will be the analysis for the next week. Okay, so now the last one was BTC. BTC was also analyzed. I look at the BTC on a monthly candle, and I looked at it. Even though BTC it's something that everybody's mind is, so many people are looking at it. Okay, it's going to be buying, it's going to be buying. But for me, on a monthly candlestick, based on just candlestick analysis, I'm seeing momentum. It's a downtrend. Okay, so based on the previous candle on a monthly, the market is still selling. Okay, then there is a level here. There's a key level here that the market is likely going to get into. Okay, there's also a level here. So what am I looking at? The structure here has been broken. So I'm looking for market to sell on a downtrend based on candlestick analysis. Now, we go into moving from monthly, we go to weekly. So we did the analysis on a weekly. We also posted it. Okay, we posted it on VIP, and I think I posted it also. If you go back, you might see it, and I've been giving you an update. So on the monthly, on a weekly analysis, I beg your pardon, we look at the candlesticks, look at what we saw when I was doing analysis. I mentioned all of that in the video. I said the last week candle, which was this red candle, okay, looks very weak, but it made a new low to the previous candle. These are some of the things we mentioned in our candlestick training. It made a new low, and because it made a new low, it's a signal to the fact that the market is going to sell that new low, okay, that new low. If you made, those are some of the things you look out for when if you go to a lower time frame, you could see structures and all of that. So he made a new low here. So with that new low that he made, I knew that the next candle is going to be a sell. Now my monthly already a sell, weekly already a sell. So new low confirms it with candlesticks. So I continue, then I'll now go for my daily candlesticks to see how I'm going to confirm what I have on a monthly and on a weekly. So let's go to daily. Now we went into daily. You are going to see similar principle that we have mentioned. Now the market was moving up. This is our area of interest. And I remember in that video, I said, for the fact that the market gets to this area doesn't mean you should enter the market. You have to look for entry candle. So, but let's see one of the things I've been mentioning, which I'm consistent with. Market is moving towards an area where I'm expecting the market to turn back. There must be weakness, not momentum. Now you could see the market move from here towards it. Look at it. This is the weakness. And I said to you, if this candle is green, 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 you have 3 greens like this, touching this level, chances of breaking this level is very high. But it didn't touch it. We saw weakness here, meaning that when the market gets to this area, we look for a sign and we get into the market and begin to sell. I have said it in my first pair that I analyzed. I said it in the second pair. Now I'm saying it also with BTC. It's the same principle. The moment you understand the candlestick, it makes it easier for you. You can apply it. You know how the candle forms. Because candlesticks are not just, they are not shapes in the market. They are not just pictures in the market. They are graphical representation of the activities of human beings in the market. So you need to know. So when I saw this one, I knew there's a weakness in the people buying, BTC at that area. So I knew there's going to be sell here. So we went into our lower time frame as usual, which is 5 minutes, and we look for our entry candle, okay, or our entry signal. And that was what we did. And lo and behold, you see, let's do it so that you can see very well. Okay, let's go to 1 hour so that we can see it in a bigger way. So what happened was that we got into the market. Then the first day we made our normal risk to reward 1 to 10, which is very big and very powerful, because you look into the market, you look into the trade circle, you're going to see a lot of traders when they make 1 to 1. It's good, because if you make 1 to 1 and your winning ratio is 60%, you are still going to be in profit. It might be small. Then some we have 1 to 2, which is also very wonderful. It becomes very powerful when you make 1 to 3. Okay, anyone who makes 1 to 5, of course, that is big. But for us, our first get here is 1 to 10. Then we allow the remaining 1 to be going, which is the remaining 50%. So we made the 1 to 10. It wasn't too long we made that. And the reason why we do that is because our stop losses are always very, very small. People wonder and say it's a guesswork. It's not a guesswork. It's an understanding of the way candlestick behaves. Every candle that moves, whether in a year, whether in 3 years, whether in 10 years, the candle will get to a point where it will turn. It will turn. And in the turning, many people think it's, when you have 4 hours, 1 hour, that is what is reliable. But there is the last 1 minute candle that turns. How is it possible to be able to understand it? When you understand the way candlestick work, you will be able to do it. So some people even have an entry of 1 minute, which is fantastic. You need to understand that, how candlestick work, to be able to do that. Okay, so for us, our entry, initially, it was 2 minutes I was using, but I had to look at it that, okay, let's make it a little bit much more easier and much more better. We refine it, and we came back to 5 minute entry candle. So that's why our entries and our stop loss is always very, very small. By the time people are using 30 pips stop loss, I can use 7 to 10 pips stop loss. And that gives me a leverage where my risk to reward is always very, very high. Now, let's say, okay, I lost it. I'm going to lose very small. But I win. I'm going to win very big. That's what it is. So right now on BTC, you go back and see the analysis I posted. We're already on risk to reward 1 to 30. You can see that risk to reward 1 to 30 is already there. And how many days? This is just the 3rd day that is running. If you go back to daily candlesticks, we see. You see it on a daily candlestick. Okay, so on a daily candlestick, you see our day 1, and these are day 2, these are day 3. And we already made 1 to 30. And before 1 to 30, we already take a profit 1 to 10. Now it is a risk-free trade. So this is what we do in Just Candlesticks. And your host, Henry, here is ready to guide you through and show you how to do that. So by the end of today or tomorrow, a new video will be released that will be giving you the analysis for the next week. Okay? the analysis for the next week, so that we will now, at the end of the week like this, we come back again and give you the update of our last week analysis to tell you what has come up. It's not every time that market runs this way, but when it runs this way, you are very sure that what many people make in a month is something you make in a week. So you see the 3 pairs that we analyze and you see how they pan out. And I also released a video explaining to you that we are coming up to do this thing, package it in a very powerful way. The course is already on. We already have some VIP students. And if you're interested, because in this course, we are going to be doing that weekly analysis. We post it, and we teach you about the entry. So the weekly analysis is not about doing it for you, but doing it so that you can confirm the things we have taught you. So on your own, you can stay on your own. But we are going to be doing weekly, and you do your entry and you bring out your report also. And at the same time, we are going to be making sure we bring some men to you that will help you in your psychology in such a way that it's not just the skill, the psychology is there. Okay. So there's a lot of benefits. I don't want to talk about that because this video is not meant for that. This video is to give you an update of the weekly analysis that we did, where we are presently. Okay, where we are presently. And you can see that because today, Bitcoin is running 24/7. So it's not like other pairs that have closed. The ones that have analyzed this volatility, of course, you also know that 24/7, they are not like forex pairs. So look at it on a weekly candle, is still going as predicted, because I already told you it made a new low here. So this candle is going to go like this, at least get to this area by my prediction. But if I see that the market is going to reverse, I also know the type of candles I'm looking for, then I'll get out of the market. But already we're in profit. Risk to reward 1 to 10 is already made, 50% of the account. Then the remaining 50%, it was already made 1 to 30. Okay, and from that 1 to 30 is already risk-free. The stop loss has been shifted from where it was to an entry. So right now, we're going to begin to adjust, trade the profits. Trade the profit. The next thing I'm going to do after I watch the market is to shift the profit from the stop loss. I'll shift it to cover another 1 to 10. Okay, so we do it like that. That is what we call trade management. So there's a lot to learn in this class. You can join us by sending me a DM. Thank you very much, everyone, and I wish you a very successful weekend, and God bless you all.